After 60, most people think desire fades like a photograph left in the sun, slowly losing colour, losing sharpness until there's almost nothing left. But that's not how it has to be. Desire doesn't disappear because of age. It disappears because we stop feeding it. Not just with sex, but with attention, curiosity, energy, and tiny daily habits that keep it awake and alive. In this video, we're going to explore the small, simple things that can breathe life back into your desire, whether you're in a long-term relationship or rediscovering yourself after years of silence. And I promise you, it's never too late to feel alive again. Let's get something straight first. Desire is not a luxury for the young. It's a language of the soul, a sign that you're still present in your body, still willing to be touched, seen, known. But what often happens after 60 is that we let routine become our ruler. We move into comfort zones that slowly turn into cages. We stop flirting. We stop dressing up. We stop the gentle brushes of skin that used to mean everything. We assume our partner already knows how we feel, and we tell ourselves it's normal to stop craving pleasure. But desire isn't lost, it's just been left unfed. So let's talk about feeding it again. Starting small, the first habit that changes everything. Physical affection with no agenda. Touch your partner without needing it to lead to sex. A hand on their back as they pass by. A slow kiss at the kitchen counter. Hold hands during a walk like you used to when everything felt new. These moments remind the body it is wanted. And when the body feels wanted, it responds in quiet, powerful ways. Second, reclaim your curiosity. Over the years, we stop asking questions. We assume we know everything about the person lying next to us. But people change. They evolve, even in their 60s, 70s and beyond. Ask each other new questions. What's something you've never told me? What's a fantasy you've never shared? What makes you feel alive lately? Desire thrives in mystery, in discovery, and it dies in assumption. The third habit? Schedule pleasure. Yes, put it on the calendar. And not just sex. Pleasure can mean a massage, a shared bath, dancing in the living room, or simply laying together without screens. When we're younger, spontaneity fuels us, but in older age, intention becomes our superpower. Making space for connection shows your body and your partner that this part of life still matters. Fourth, take care of your body not out of shame but out of love. This isn't about trying to look younger, it's about being present in the skin you're in. Take walks, stretch in the morning, moisturize your skin, wear something that makes you feel sensual, even if no one sees it but you. The more you honor your own body, the more you invite it back into the experience of desire. Shame and self-neglect are silent killers of intimacy. But confidence, even in a wrinkled body, can spark fire. Another powerful habit? Verbal intimacy. Compliment each other, tell your partner they're sexy, whisper something unexpected in their ear, send a flirty message during the day, even if you're in the same house. These little verbal touches keep desire simmering beneath the surface. It's not about being vulgar or overly romantic, it's about being alive with each other. About choosing not to settle into silence. Words still matter even after all these years. Now let's talk about solo desire. This is especially important if you're single, widowed, or in a relationship that has cooled. You still deserve to feel connected to your own sensuality. Touch your own skin with kindness, move your body to music, practice mindful moments of breath and awareness, explore your fantasies without shame. A lot of older people have been taught that pleasure is only for the young and only with a partner. That's not true. You don't need permission to feel alive. Sometimes reconnecting with your own body is the first spark that reignites everything else. One habit that often goes overlooked, laughter. Joy is deeply tied to desire. When you laugh with someone, you relax, you drop your guard, and in that space, connection grows. Watch a funny movie together, reminisce about silly memories. Dance like a fool in the kitchen. Joy creates emotional safety, and safety allows desire to unfold. It's hard to feel turned on when you're guarded, anxious or disconnected, so let go, play again. Also, tend to the space you share. The environment around you sends constant signals to your nervous system. If your bedroom is filled with clutter, bills or reminders of stress, your body won't relax. Create a space that invites intimacy. Soft lighting, clean sheets, maybe a candle or two. Even small changes can shift the energy. You're not trying to impress anyone, you're trying to wake up the atmosphere of closeness. Now here's something subtle but transformative. Change the story you tell yourself. If you keep telling yourself, sex doesn't matter anymore, or we're too old for that, your body will believe it. But if you say, I still want to connect, or there's more to discover, your mind stays open. The stories we tell ourselves about aging shape how we live it. And you get to choose your narrative. Yes, bodies change. Yes, health can be a fact. But desire is adaptable. It doesn't vanish. It simply changes form. Let me give you one more habit. Talk openly about what you want now, not what used to work. As we age, our needs shift. You might need slower touch, longer warm-ups, or more emotional connection before the physical. Communicate it. Don't pretend. Don't settle. Speak from honesty. Real connection, especially at this stage of life, comes not from performing, but from sharing. From showing up as you are with no mask and being met with acceptance. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, but it's been years, I wouldn't even know where to start. Hear me when I say, you start right where you are. One kind touch, one flirty glance, one honest conversation. You don't need a full revival overnight. You just need to awaken the embers, keep them. Because underneath the silence, the distance, the shame or routine, your desire is still there, waiting. Desire after 60 is not about wild passion every night. It's about quiet fire, about choosing to stay connected to your body, to your partner, to your longing. It's about building habits that make you feel human again, not just a body growing older, but a spirit still capable of joy, connection and pleasure. And when you commit to these small daily practices, you'll be shocked at how much warmth returns, not just in your relationship, but in your soul.
Let's go even deeper now. Because once you've started to reawaken that quiet fire of desire, something unexpected begins to happen. Not only do you feel more connected to others, but you start feeling more connected to yourself. And in your elder years, that's one of the most powerful awakenings of all. See, we don't talk enough about the fact that desire isn't just about sexual intimacy, it's about the desire to live. The desire to feel, to be seen, to be held, to matter. It's deeply spiritual. And when people stop desiring, what they're often really saying is, I've stopped feeling alive in my own story. That's where emotional erosion begins, but it can be reversed. Let me introduce another habit, the habit of micropresence. This means fully tuning into the moment when you're with your partner, or even just with yourself. When you're sipping coffee, look into their eyes. When you're lying in bed, put your hand on their chest and feel their breath. When you're kissing, kiss like it matters. Don't treat touch like a routine. Bring your full presence into the moment. Because presence, more than performance, is what keeps intimacy real. Presence also helps dissolve one of the biggest obstacles to desire after 60 distraction and emotional numbness. In a world full of digital noise, news, and obligations, it's easy to shut down emotionally. But your body knows. Your heart knows. And so many people are quietly starving for affection because they've numbed themselves to cope with life. Undoing that begins with small sensory awakenings. Sit in sunlight. Run your hands through warm water. Smell something that stirs memory. Desire is awakened through the senses, so feed those senses daily. Another key? Rediscover novelty, on purpose. Routine can be comforting, but too much of it slowly sedates the spark. So switch things up. Try a new cologne. Rearrange the bedroom. Go out to dinner in a different part of town. Read poetry aloud. Watch a romantic film from another culture. The brain craves novelty, and when you feed it, your body responds with curiosity and excitement. Those emotions are fuel for desire, especially when you've been together for years. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you: forgiveness. You might not connect forgiveness with desire at first, but unresolved resentment is a massive block to intimacy. Sometimes couples carry silent grudges that last for decades. They've never fully addressed the hurt, the disappointments, the betrayals, so they build emotional walls instead. If your relationship has a history of pain, consider this. Maybe the path to more desire starts with releasing some of that old weight. Have the conversations. Apologize where needed. Forgive where you can. Lightness in the heart leads to openness in the body. And for those who are single in older age, here's your truth. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are not done learning or loving. One of the most seductive things in this world is someone who knows who they are, who moves through life with quiet confidence and inner peace. If you're single, nurture that in yourself. Become magnetic, not by trying to be younger, but by being fully you. Let me offer you a perspective shift. Desire is less about what your body looks like and more about what your energy feels like. Do you know how many people have felt more desired at 70 than they ever did at 30? Because at 70, they stopped pretending. They dropped the masks. They stopped trying to impress and finally just lived in their truth. That kind of honesty is rare, and rare is sexy. Another simple but deeply important habit. Celebrate small moments of connection. If you share a laugh, say it aloud. That felt good to laugh with you. If you have a sweet touch, name it. I love when you hold me like that. These acknowledgments reinforce emotional closeness. They remind both people that the connection is alive, that the effort matters. So many people feel unseen in their long-term relationships. Don't let that happen to you. One of the most courageous things you can do after 60 is this. Redefine what intimacy means to you now. Forget society's expectations. Forget old patterns. What does closeness look like for you now? What does pleasure mean now? What makes you feel alive, desired, and connected today? Rewriting this story can bring incredible freedom, not just in your relationship, but in your spirit. If you've made it this far in the video, it means something in you still believes, still hopes, still longs to connect more deeply with your partner, your body, your life. And that is beautiful. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You haven't missed your chance. This is your time to rekindle, not just a fire in your relationship, but a fire in your soul. So here's what I'll leave you with. 7 tiny practices to begin this week. 1 intentional touch per day. A kiss, a caress, a lingering hug. 1 verbal expression of desire or admiration. Say it, mean it. 1 moment of eye contact that lasts longer than usual. 5 minutes of solo mindfulness or sensual awareness. 1 shared moment of laughter. Watch something silly. Be playful. 1 new experience together. Try something you've never done, even if small. 1 private ritual of gratitude for your body, your life, or your connection. These are not grand gestures. They are small revolutions, and they add up.